Welcome to Backstage with Kennedy. This little show will be your remedy. From Toronto, spanning across the sea. Cool people, lots of laughs. This is your favorite podcast.
Take it back, was a little girl in my room. Did some shit that I never thought I'd ever do. All I ever really wanted was to live life. Chillin' out with my mama, cut the price right. Who knew that I'd fall into some real shit? Two niggas bouncing on me real quick. Never thought that they had me in the paddy wagon. This is real shit, nigga, I'm not bragging. Who thought that I'd get another depression? Had to start again, equal with the stressing. Fucked up, but I got a little blessing. Live loud, but I keep a bitch guessing like. If you were worried about me, I didn't need you at all. Through all of the cheap shots and bullshit, I am the same, I know that I got me. If you were worried about me, I didn't need you at all. Through all of the cheap shots and bullshit, I am the same, I know that I got me. Hot damn, hot butter on your biscuit. Talk if you wanna talk, but you ain't shit. Where your troops at? Tell me who you came with. Oh, I thought so.
Whose hands is this?
Every dope bitch here got a dope trap. See, I got 4 Mickeys in my backpack. I'ma get it, don't you sweat it, I'ma bring it home. Nice gal, but I'll fling shots till you don't. Talk big money cause they wanna sell dreams. Don't bite the apple, it is not what it seems. When it comes to the 6, you don't really have a chance. When it comes to a come up, they just wanna see you dance. Snakes in the grass coming up to bite your ass. Lady on the mic, but I got no class. I'm flawless, lawless, sometimes I'm heartless. Keep my head up like Ekelle, you got this. If you were worried about me, I didn't need you at all. Through all of the cheap shots and bullshit, I am the same, I know that I got me. If you were worried about me, I didn't need you at all. Through all of the cheap shots and bullshit, I am the same, I know that I got me. Who knew that I'd burn a house down? If I did it all again, chloroform in the mouth. Sound a little harsh, but I think it's funny how the ones you love the most praying for you come down. You know I peeped your game and you were not allowed. Things are real clear and you cannot be around. The jealousy you show to me, I swear that you're obsessed with me. You know that I am rising up, a gutter bitch is all you be. You never know who's lurking on the low. I seen your trick, so bitch you gotta go. No fire, but I see a lot of smoke. That to me like a noose on a rope. Coming up, I'ma never stay broke. Get deep when I take a few tokes. So hot and I don't even blow. Stay tuned cause I'm up next, folks. If you were worried about me, I didn't need you at all. Through all of the cheap shots and bullshit, I am the same, I know that I got me. If you were worried about me, I didn't need you at all. Through all of the cheap shots and bullshit, I am the same, I know that I got me.
Yeah, if that's all it is, we don't have to do it. I'll just send her a clip of whatever we're doing.
It's for her music video.
Yeah, but it's not like we have to do anything different or add on another project. I'll just send her a minute of whatever we do.
Yeah.
I thought.
Hello and welcome. My name's Kennedy from the Backstage with Kennedy show. I'm here with my lovely friend Ekelle. Ekelle was actually in a hip hop group with me once upon a time. That was like experimental hip hop, but we've remained really good friends. We've remained in touch throughout it all, and I'm super happy to have Ekelle on the podcast. How you doing, Ekelle?
Good. Thanks for inviting me onto your fabulous show. I'm happy to be here.
Hey, you're welcome on anytime. You're welcome on anytime. So, how have you been dealing with the quarantine and the world's events right now?
I'm okay. I'm more okay than I was when it first started because for me, when the quarantine started, I got laid off from my job like a lot of people did, and that was tough just because I wasn't particularly enjoying some aspects of that job, and I would have preferred to leave on my own terms. So when a bunch of us actually got laid off, and it was shocking to all of us. So at first, of course, I was at home. I was depressed because, as an artist, I need that job to make music. I need that job to live, to eat. So I was really upset. But then I just decided, like, you know what? This is kind of a blessing in disguise. You didn't really want to be there anymore. It's not somewhere you were going to be forever. So luckily we got like a little severance package, so that was nice. So yeah, I just concentrated on just creating music and taking better care of my health, reconnecting with friends and family, and it's been good. But then, now we have Black Lives Matter riots going on, and people are being killed, and it's sad. But some of that people who, you would think our friends or allies' true colors are showing, and it's upsetting. But
yeah, I like to think of you as kind of an activist. Like, I find you're very active in really anything. So when it comes to Black rights, when it comes to LGBTQ, you've been fantastic about like voicing your opinions and voicing what's right on the matters. I love that, Ekelle. How important is it to really like speak out right now, do you think?
I think it's very important because I guess when I were growing up, the music industry was different, and the labels were really controlling it and really ripping these artists off. So they didn't feel like they could speak out until now. Now that streaming culture is so relevant, some artists like TLC getting ripped off. We've learned about New Edition having those sorts of problems. So now that we have this forum, and you have somebody like Chance the Rapper, who is a huge independent artist, like, we should be speaking out more. And I think just the way that different music is being embraced, you should feel free to just say what you want to say, make the kind of art that you feel is true to you, and there's clearly an audience for that now.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have a new single coming out. Tell me a little bit about that. Tell the viewers who aren't familiar with your music as well, like, what to really expect out of it. I find that you're a very diverse artist, so that you're able to actually rap about like real things, and then you can rap like a club song right after. So tell me a little bit about what to expect out of this single as well.
Oh, for sure. So the single that I have coming up, it's going to be released on June 28th, which is the same day as the virtual Pride Parade. So for those who don't know, Toronto Pride has made the parade virtual, so you can still participate, you can still have fun and celebrate. So the song I'm releasing is called Gimme, and it's just about me and my sexuality and my freedom. Like, I don't know if people have known this about me, but I'm queer. I identify as someone who is pansexual and open, but it's not something I ever feel like I have to lead with, because you shouldn't have to wear your sexual orientation on your sleeve if you don't want to, But I just feel like I have this responsibility and this power to speak up. So I want to speak up about that, and the song is just fun. I'm getting some friends to support the release, because it's just interesting that this is all falling on Corona, because it's like, what's going on with this virus? Obviously, there's still safety to consider. So I've gotten some friends and some entertainers to send me clips of them kind of driven out to the song and doing their own thing. And I'm going to put it all together, and it's going to be really cool. And yeah, I just really wanted to shed light on that and really kind of just claim all of my identities, because I'm trying to be just more honest and open in the music that I put out moving forward.
Good. I love that. And again, like, you've been very open. You truly have. And I think that's identifiable in your music, Like, Ekelle, nobody gets up on stage and sings "Throw Them Dollars" like you. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
so,
I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to speak my truth as long as it helps somebody,
Absolutely. So I find that, so you're not just active in music as well. You're active in you've actually started like a little bit of a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So like it's on your music page, but you do talk about like dating advice for artists, which is a super tough thing actually. Some people think of it as easy, but it's tough.
It's hard.
I mean, I'm a single man. I totally get it.
So
So
too. It's rough here.
tell us a little bit. Tell us a little bit about that.
I just kind of wanted to bring together things that I care about. So obviously, I care about music as an artist, and I've just had some crazy dating adventures ever since I started dating. Like some unbelievable stories, some weird experiences, and I kind of wanted to share them. And I just feel like as I've become an artist, it's gotten harder just because there's so many, fake people in our industry, people who don't have good intentions for you, people who kind of expect to have you kind of take the lead and do all of the work. Just a bunch of different things happen, and I just want to talk about it because it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. Do you find that musicians like gravitate towards each other generally? Like I've always felt like I have a much better connection with like another artist or like someone in a band, like a musician, more than anybody else. I don't know if it's the creative outlet or what, but yeah.
I think it is. I think it's just being brave enough to start a music career. That's something you already have in common because as you know, it's not easy. It's very hard to get your name out there, to do the things that you need to do, to keep creating, to get shows. It's very tough. It's a lot of late nights and hard work. So when you meet someone else in that world too, like you get so hopeful, like, oh my God, they get it, they understand me. And then anyone who's an artist, I would say, has a bit of trauma, not saying that's a requirement, but we just tend to have things that have happened to us that we want to speak on in our music because it matters. We care about it. We want people to learn from it and embrace it. So I think we're so drawn to each other because of that. But then with that being said, a lot of artists, again, aren't the most stable, we'll say, because anyone can be an artist. Anyone. There are no requirements. So when you get all those different personalities and lifestyles mixing up, things get a little hectic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that's like spot on. That's spot on. So Ekelle, I know you listen to a lot of different music. What's the top song you're listening to right now? What do you got on loop?
Honestly, I haven't been keeping up with the current scene just because I have just finished my personal project. I guess I'll call it like another EP. It's 5 songs, and I'll be putting it out like later on in the summer. But you know what? I was upset because I was really feeling Doja Cat, and then she had to go do all that stuff, and everything got exposed, and I was like, now I can't listen to you, and I like you, and I don't know what to do.
I think it was the first episode, and I asked a guy named Kyle from the Filthy Radicals. They're like a punk ska band from Toronto. I asked him, who do you want to meet out of anybody? Like who is your musical idol you'd love to meet? And he's like, I don't want to meet any idols. He's like, I try not to do that. He's like, you just get disappointed. And I think the media also does that to a lot of our favorite artists. We're like, I love them. And then it's like they say something or they do something and we're like, done with them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Like, I don't want to really encourage cancel culture, I'll say, just because we all make mistakes. And I feel like if you're someone who's willing to learn and grow from your mistakes, you should get that opportunity. But if you're someone who just keeps making mistake after mistake and you're not sorry and you don't get better, then I would think that person needs to get canceled.
I agree. So you said you're working on an EP. Yeah. So 5 songs. Yeah. What's that gonna be? What's that gonna be like? Kind of, is it more like a laid back like R&B vibe? Is it like a little more like go go go? Like what's the elements of it, I guess?
Gosh, so like you mentioned, like my style is really diverse, and I like a lot of different things, and it definitely influences my style. So this one, I actually named it Hood Pop because that's what I call my music, because there's a bit of pop in there, there's some rap in there, there's some R&B in there. So I just decided like Hood Pop is popular music, but for the streets, because I'm talking about some real shit. So on this project, no 2 songs are the same. Like I mentioned, that first one, Gimme, is definitely about uplifting the queer community and the intersections of that, like me being a woman of color, being queer, and just like talking about those things. The second song, deals with some more serious stuff. I won't spoil it. And then
Yep.
the third one is like a breakup song, and again, none of them sound the same. So I'm actually so curious to see how it's received. So
I,
curious.
I I like that you've created a little bit of like a subgenre there. Hood pop. Personally, haven't heard of that subgenre, but I love the name. Um, when I was making music, obviously I'm not doing it anymore, really. When I was making music, people used to ask me that question every day. They'd be like, "What kind of music do you make? Are you a rapper? Are you a hip hop artist? Are you like lyrical?" And I'm like, I make music. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
right?
the fact that you have an answer for that is like incredible. Incredible.
I just had to think about it because again, people would ask me like, what kind of music? What kind of music? And depending on the song, it wouldn't really fit into its genre. Because like I have songs that would be considered more hip hop, some that are more pop, and there's different things that I would like to explore moving further. But as an artist, I don't want to feel like I have to do only one thing just because there's so much.
Yeah. What so you and I met due to a mutual friend, Cunty Beats. Great human. But I found that one thing that you and I both had in common was our support for other artists. And
Yeah.
we've both been super vocal about it in the past. I mean, that's truly why I created this podcast, was in order to, promote my friends, promote people in the industry, and promote people like outside of what I listen to as well, right? I just want to support.
I think
How
that's so
important
important.
how important do you think that is? Like, why is it so important? I mean, I would have a different answer than you potentially. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's important because, especially out of Toronto, it's been so hard for Toronto to get on the map as a serious kind of hip hop city anyway, and really be a contender musically, right? And then we have so many of us here who are trying to break in, but people don't support each other, man. Like, people are so petty. They'll be like, oh, like this person is in my genre and they have success here. I don't like them. Or like, I want everyone to come to my show, but I'm not going to go to their show. It's just childish BS, and I don't like it. And for me, like, whenever I've been blessed to have the opportunity to create music or to create something, I always try to get the people who have been supportive or are hardworking involved, because that's how you're going to make it. And
Mm-hmm.
I like to just keep myself motivated, like to listen to a lot of podcasts, a lot of like started from the bottom type of stories. And what they always say is like they networked horizontally. So they looked for who was beside them, who was over there, who was here, and is kind of at their level where they can build up together. Like, you all support each other, whether that's like a graphic designer, another artist who's in a different genre, or somebody who does makeup, someone who does hair, someone who makes beats. Like, you can all support each other's growth, and you're obviously stronger together. Like, if you all supported a campaign you were involved in at the same time and really put your all into it, it could get so big. But not everyone sees it that way.
I think there is a lot of cities that have been successful that have done it that way, and
Yeah.
then other cities who have not. And that is the one thing Toronto needs to get to that next level. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very diverse sound. Toronto does have a sound. I don't think I would identify my music or your music as that Toronto sound.
You're right, we're
But
not.
but you'd think, like, with the diverse amount of music we have to offer, like we have dancehall, reggae, hip hop, punk, like why isn't this bigger? Like, it's one of the most diverse countries in the world. It's one of the most diverse cities in the world. It should be at that level. If Atlanta can do it, we can do it. That's all I'm saying.
And I guess because I don't know, like I went to this talk last year at one of the reference library. Socrates was there, and saw a few other people, and he was just talking about his come up and the era that he was in, and they all helped each other. Like, think back to Northern Touch. Like, you
Yeah.
had Cardinal Official there, you had the Rascals, you have Thrust, you have Checkmate, you have all these people involved, And at the time, Director X, I believe, had shot that video. So they're all in the video. They all cross promote. They all put it out there, and look what it did for them. It launched a lot of careers. And it just astonishes me, I guess, that people here don't see that. Like, because it's happened before, but I guess the newer generation, just a lot of people don't really check their history and figure out like what has been done and how people have become successful. So I guess that's what it is. But then again, this in the social media age, it's like people are, you know, becoming just jealous and kind of lusting after what they think someone has, when a lot of it is just an illusion.
I think it's creating opportunities for each other is a big thing.
Yeah.
I think, you know, one thing that early on in my like music career I wasn't a big fan of, but I think I've become a little more warm to it. Showcases.
Yeah.
I think there should be more showcases, but not by promoters who are trying to get money out of it. If you're trying to make money out of it, your mind's in the wrong state. You're going to run a terrible showcase. If you're in the business in order to help grow, you're going to do great. So I think that's big, because what, on a showcase you can get 15 artists on the bill, and if they're all good people, they're going to stick around for each other. You know what I mean? And network, and it's just creating opportunities on opportunities, right?
Absolutely.
We really need to start doing that as a whole. Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on the podcast, Ekelle. I like to keep these super short and sweet.
Which I appreciate. Yes.
Yeah. You're busy. You got work to work on. You got music to do. You know. I got you.
Busy too.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, Ekelle. Thank you very much for coming on, and we'll talk soon. We'll hang out soon as well. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Now that the world is opening, let's go outside.
Amen. All right. I'll talk to you. Take care. Bye.
You too.